It's all good. It's all good. Hello, pretty people. Hashtag to all the pretty people. It's Friday. It's a Friday. So I'm excited to be here with you today. So everybody say hi to Risha. It's Friday. Yes, hello, gorgeous. And so I am alive. Wanted to make sure I share some actionable business tips, tools, hacks, strategy, some motivation, some inspiration. We're 12 days into 2024. It's still, yes, it's still going down. And so I want to know more about what you have decided to do, and are you doing it? You're 12 days in. Have you actually continued that goal, that dream, that plan, that strategy, that system, whatever it was? Are you actually still doing it? Well, we are. Yes. So if you follow me, I'm on a 90-day run. So I'm on a 90-day run. And so I guess I should have turned my phone off. So maybe my son will call my sister back for me. So we're on a 90-day run. Can you believe it? 90 days. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it, Jerusha. I'm talking to myself. 90 days consistently walking 7 to 10,000 steps, drinking 1 liter of water a day, 1 liter of water a day. And this is, yes, if 3 of these basically is 1 liter. My son said 2, but it seems like that's not enough. And so if you have the Pretty People water bottle, thank you for supporting my business. And so what we do in Pretty People is I help you build your business online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. And so if you want to be a part of this community, hashtag Pretty People, I'll put it in the chat. Hey, Instagram. I almost forgot about Instagram. Let me put it in the chat. Pretty People. Bam. Yes. All right. So now it's there on Instagram too. Hello, gorgeous. It's Friday. She said, hi, Jerusha. Hello, beautiful. Hello, TikTok. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. All of the places. You want to make sure you maximize your time and stream in several places all at one time. So if you're joining me for the very first time, put newbie in the chat. Say, I'm a newbie, Jerusha. You're just now hearing the sound of my voice. You are a newbie to me. I love my newbies. And then, of course, if you watch the replay, put replay. But if you tag 2 people or share the broadcast, you and I just became besties. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. How you doing? So, yes. So what I do in Pretty People, I share actionable business tips and tools and strategies. I help you leverage and monetize social media. So if you want to be a part of this pretty community, hashtag Pretty People. Yes. That's what we do. Yes, thank you for the love. I love the hearts. Yes, heart me up, TikTok. If you tap the screen on TikTok, some hearts will come up. Then I feel all loved and special, like you got value today. So do me a favor. If you haven't done it already, make sure you're following me. I don't want to be the best kept secrets. I want to make sure I shorten your learning curve this year. And so I want to know, oh, thank you so much. I want to know, you're 12 days in. Are you doing what you said you were going to do? Are you still excited? And motivation is every day. So motivation comes and goes. That's why you have to get motivated every single day. Action precedes motivation. You can write that down. Action precedes motivation. So you have to get into it. So I committed to my community and those of you that are following and those of you that are with me on the 90-day run. And so we're drinking 1 liter of water, preferably from the water people. Yeah, the Pretty People water bottle, 1 liter of water every single day or more. And we are doing 7 to 10,000 steps. 7 to 10,000 steps. If you jump rope, you can do 10 minutes of just jumping rope. That's like 20 steps. But if you are walking throughout the day, you have a full-time job, you're going up and down the stairs, you're in the break room. Yes, you want to make sure that you are counting your steps, 7 to 10,000 steps. And we're taking 2 spoonfuls of this liquid collagen. This is the one that's selling out. This is the one that people are like, yes, where's the collagen? Collagen. So put collagen below. I'll send you a free guide, send you all the info because there are 5 different formulas of the collagen depending on your target area. So that's what I'm doing for the first 90 days of 2024. Walking, drinking water, taking 2 spoonfuls of this liquid collagen because this one is actually helping your bones, your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, your muscles, your connective tissues. And so we want to be healthy and wealthy. Yes. So yes. So if you want to join us, just put collagen. Hey, Nikita in the building. Yes. Let me know that you're in the building. Just put collagen. I'm going to send you the freebie. And listen, I want my people to know what's happening, right? You got to take a supplement as we pass, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. We get up to mature ages. we want to take supplements. And so I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a holistic coach. I'm not a dietitian, none of the things. I just want to look good and feel good. So if you are with me, like, yes, put collagen so I can tell you about it. So today I thought it was important for me to ask, do you have your word of the year? Okay. Every single year I choose a word and I'm like, okay, what's my word of the year? That's going to get me into action. That's going to keep me motivated. What's my word? And last night on TikTok, I walk on the treadmill with TikTok. We exercise. We have a lot of fun over there. So if you're not following me on TikTok, you can do so. And so we talked about this on last night. It was so good. And so many people didn't have their word. I thought it was worth repeating to you today. So I said, let me go live right now to my peoples, to all the pretty peoples, and tell them we need to make sure we have a word of the year that puts us into action. Yes, thank you for the hearts. If you are listening to the sound of my voice and you get value, you get motivated, you learn something, tag 2 people, share the broadcast. That's what you can do for the pretty people. Tag 2 people, business besties, your team, your colleagues, and share the broadcast, because I want to make sure I'm not the best kept secret. I'm going to drop all these gems, hacks, and tools, everything that you're going to need. And today we're going to talk about what you've done 12 days in, 12 days into the new year. I know we're almost halfway. So if you haven't started, this is a great time to start. If you haven't, chosen your word of the year, this is a great time to start. Okay. So let me just tell you how important this is. You got to get your mind right. You got to make sure you're into action every single day. And the reason why I said I was doing a 90-day run to make myself do it with you, and I put myself into action every single day, that commitment to you helps me stay motivated, right? Motivation comes and goes. And so if you're joining me for the first time, I'm Jerusha. I'm a business coach. I'm a speaker, so you can book me, yes, for your events. And I teach people in Pretty People how to build their own businesses online and offline. And I teach those strategies of how to earn money, right? Whether you're leveraging and monetizing social media. So this is the page for you. And so every single time I'm live, I drop major gems for my peoples. I see you, okay? Tennessee in the building. I see you, girl. So put in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. The states that love me the most, according to my analytics, is New York, Chicago, and Houston. So I like to give a shout out to those peoples. And so if I haven't said your state, put it in the chat, or your city, and I'll definitely make sure that I give you a shout out. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate the love. Hey, TikTok. So yes, TikTok is pretty simple, because TikTok, we have a lot of fun at night, right? Yes. So yes, we have a lot of fun at night. So make sure you're following. So let's talk about this again, because last night was pretty good. We talked about the word of the year, how words, right, change lives. And so, yes, write this down. Words have energy and power with the ability to help. Words can heal and hinder and hurt, right? Remember growing up. So I grew up in what is considered the projects, and moved to a major city after I got my degrees. And so my degrees are in communications and public relations. And I worked in radio and television, loved the industry, okay, hated the hours after I had my first son. And I decided to build a home-based business. So I was like, oh, I need time freedom. Let's do it. So the first person who spoke to me, I said, yes, boom, went to the top of the company, boom, maximized the comp plan, boom, transition not that long ago online, 100% through social retail, which I get to see all of you. I get to teach all of you. And so, yes, it was the best decision for my growth. And so we've got to be willing to change. I built my business initially offline, transition, promoted myself online, so I can do both. I can teach both, right? So it's all about the growth. So I started when I came from back in the day when I was growing up, what people consider the projects. And I always knew I wanted more. I always knew I was going to stand out, because my mom, thank God for great parents for me. I'm a parent lover, hashtag, parent lovers. And my parents just believed in me. And they were always like, you're going to do great things. Everybody around me said, you're going to do great things, even though we weren't living in the best, environment. Okay. And so I just saw more. And true story. So I used to, I went to several schools, but this particular school, there was this girl, and that I admired because she dressed differently than me. And she, just the whole, her book bag was different. Just we noticed things like that, right? And I was just like, huh, I didn't know if she's a rich girl or anything, because I went to a different school that was not in my neighborhood. Okay. So I was one of the ones chosen to go to this other school, and went to this other school just for elementary. And I just admired this girl, and I wish I could find her today. Her name is actually Jean. That's how much I remember this. Her name is Jean. And she said one day I was after school for something. I was always in activities. My mom kept us very active. And so she said, hey, can you go to my home with me and we'll pick up a sandwich and come back to practice? Now, this was against my parents' rules because my mom is like, you don't go to people's houses that you don't know. But I just was like, okay, I was so curious. I walked to this girl house, and in this neighborhood was just homes, not projects and apartments. And so I walked to this girl house and, latchkey kids, and she just went inside with the key. Now, I thought that was strange because that's not what I did when I went home. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. So I went to this girl house and I'm like, oh my gosh, she must be rich. And so she made some sandwiches, and then, she's like, okay, we got to go back to the school. And before we did that, she went into her room and she showed me her doll collection. So Barbie and Ken and the house and the car. And then I just was like, oh my gosh, this girl have all of the pieces to the Barbie doll. She has, the house was huge. She had all the things. And I remembered that. And I was thinking, I'm going to be rich one day. I was thinking that, like, I'm going to have a nice house and my children are going to have all these nice things. And to me, that was one of the times that I was like, I'm going to change. Doesn't matter my environment. Doesn't matter about the people that are around me. I'm different. And so I decided from that day, and I remember her, I wish I could find her today. I remember walking back to the school and going, I'm going to have more than that. I'm going to have that. And so that is where the switch came. And so a lot of things from my childhood will affect us today. So words matter. And I remember her saying, you don't have it? You don't have Barbie dolls? And I was like, no, not like this. I remember her saying, oh, you don't go home. She went home by herself. Nobody was there. I was like, no. I just remember our conversation. So words, I'm telling you, change lives. And I remember living in projects, and people would fight, right? You get into altercations with people, and people would say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's a lie. Okay. That's not true. Words will hurt you. Thank you for the love on TikTok. Words hurt a lot of times more than just a physical hit. And so I want to tell you, you got to choose a word or words that's going to change the trajectory of your life in 2024. And first, it comes with self-awareness. And self-awareness is one of the only things that don't progress with maturity. It has to be manually learned. I'll say it again. Self-awareness is one of the only things that don't progress with maturity. It has to be manually learned. You missed it, right? I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. You better write this down. Say, Jerusha, say it. Self-awareness is one of the only things that don't progress with maturity. It has to be manually learned. Okay. So consciousness is awareness of ourselves and our environment, and everything we say is psychological, not biological. Is that correct? You also never know how your words affect someone else. Her words affected me. Okay. And so I'm not a psychologist, but I have awareness and experience and wisdom, and I learned. So powerful. This is, yeah, she said, okay, so I need you to understand, okay, that you need to be intentional with your words. I need you to understand what you're speaking over yourself, your business, your book, your nonprofit. Every single day, I'm speaking words to me. I am talking to myself all the time. It's okay to do it. So the word of the year, right, is important. I chose patience again. I chose it back in 2018, I think it was. And I was like, Lord, I need to have patience. I need to have patience. So write down your word right now. This is your homework. Write down your word, okay? And let me give you an example. If you want to start a business, or if you already have a business, what word comes to mind? And you share your great business venture with people you know, and the words you use to express your excitement might intimidate other people, and they say words to you like, girl, what makes you think you can do it? It's so many people on social media, it's saturated. What makes you think your content is good? So you got to be careful with the words you share with other people about what you're going to do or what you're in the process of doing. And so what I've learned is, like Steve Harvey says, don't share your big idea with small-minded individuals. Don't share those words with everybody. Everybody is not going with you to the top. Everybody is not going to understand your journey. Everybody is not going to do it. Very few people are going to do this business lesson that I'm telling you today. So you have no competition. And so for me, when I started in my first business, I just started. I didn't ask for permission to be successful. I went back to my corporate job in television and I was like, oh, I'm starting a business. That was it. I didn't tell them about all the meetings. I didn't tell them what I was doing at lunch. I no longer, was hanging with them. I started building my business and focusing on what I want. Less words. Okay. And so understand, because I remember working in television and there was this guy. He was like 20, 21, 22 around that time. And he said he wanted to open up a mobile car wash. Now, I'm at a major company in a major city, a lot of corporations. And he was like, I'm going to start a mobile car wash. And I was like, all right, you better do it. And so, yes, put that in the chat. And so he said, instead of people finding a car wash service, I'm going to get contracts with major corporations, and I'm going to have the car wash in the parking lot. So when all the employees come to work, those that want their car washed, they'll leave their keys in the car. I'll wash the car. When they come back to go home from work, the car is clean. And so I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Now we're talking, right? This was when this wasn't popular. Okay. And I thought it was a good idea. He was telling everybody in the office, because he worked in television like me. He was like, I'm going to quit this job, start this mobile car wash business. And then, of course, here come the hate. Okay, you're not going to have insurance. Here comes the hate. Like, how much are you going to charge for people to wash their cars? And I was super excited because I never heard of a mobile car wash and getting contracts from major corporations. And so he started becoming doubtful because people were saying, you're not going to have insurance. Where are you going to get the equipment? You don't have enough money to start the business. Why would a company give you that type of contract with thousands of employees? And so he started to doubt himself, and he didn't do it at that time. Okay. He didn't do it. And I was like, man, so many people let other people's words stop them from fulfilling their dreams. So many people right now, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you stopped because somebody said, no, thank you. You stopped because somebody said, I'm not interested. You stopped because of words. They don't know your journey. They don't know what God has for you. They don't know. That's a process you have to go through. If God gave you the vision, he didn't give us a vision. He gave you the vision that you're going to have this mobile car wash or nonprofit or whatever it is, and you didn't pursue it because of other negative chatter. You didn't pursue it because of somebody's words. Listen, a part of being an entrepreneur, you got to enjoy the process, walk through the process. Yes, it's going to be challenging. Yes, people are not going to be interested. Yes, people are going to slam the door in your face. Yes, but you do not have to allow those people to change, right, your dreams. Most people are working a job they hate because they've allowed other people, right, to change what they ultimately wanted. They've allowed other people. I promise you, that's why we are where we are in life, based on what other people have said to us, what we think other people think about us, words. And so what I want you to do is, I want you to change that stinking thinking. I want you to reprogram your mind, reprogram what you're talking about, reprogram the brain, change what you are thinking about, change the words that you are speaking. And so that little saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. Those are lies, baby. Lies. Okay. And so it's not by accident that you're listening to the sound of my voice today with these words. right? Because I'm talking to you, Sheila. I'm talking to you, Brandon. I'm talking to you. You had something you were going to do and you stopped doing it because of somebody else's words. Yes or yes? I only speak the truth. Yes or yes? And so understand you shared that moment or that great idea. And that person said, some of you are going to hear this right now. You're going to start your business today or your idea today. And somebody's going to say, oh, you think that's a good idea? And then you stop, you hesitate, you get insecure. Someone's going to say, oh, good luck with that. Don't you hate when people say, oh, good luck with that? What does that mean? What do you mean good luck with that? Girl, I have blessings. I have grace. I don't need the luck. And then some people are going to say, oh, I know a lot of people who did that already. Oh, I know a lot of people who sell t-shirts and lashes. Oh, I know a lot of people who sell hair. Oh, I know a lot of people, right? I mean, is there a market for that? I heard somebody say, is there a market for that? Yes, yes, yes. It's a market for it if somebody, right, is getting their problem solved. We're in the business of solving problems. So if you have a problem and I have a solution, there's a market for it. And so whatever someone's selling, there is no saturation. It's so interesting to me when people say somebody's already selling perfume, somebody's already selling whatever, right? Makeup. Somebody's yes, they're not me. They're not me selling it. I know all of the burger joints. I live in Atlanta. We have a wing shop on, every 5 feet. It seems like there's a wing shop. They're not saying, oh yeah, somebody already sell wings. Oh yeah. Burger King didn't say, oh, McDonald's already sell hamburgers. Nobody said that, right? Because it wasn't them. And so you're going to be unique to whatever it is you're selling. It doesn't matter what somebody else is selling. And so understand, right? When you start doing it, there's always going to be challenges and resistance usually from the people you know. Those are not your people. What I've learned is my mother has always told me, she said, Jerusha, you're going to be too much for some people. Those aren't your people. Those are not your people. They're not your people. You want the people that say, oh yeah, girl, you should do it. Yeah, you should do it. That's me. I'm going to encourage you. Doesn't matter what you tell me you're getting ready to do. I'm saying, yes, you should do it. When you going to start? If you've ever spoken to me, I'm like, oh, what's stopping you? Oh, when are you going to do it? And if you talk back to me and you haven't done it, I'm like, well, what's stopping you? You need to do it. Words are powerful. The words you believe will determine your future. The words you believe will determine your future. The brain is actually wired to protect us from harm and danger and disappointments. And if we think we will fail, we stop. So you didn't start that nonprofit because, oh, I might fail. People might say, no, I don't know if it's a market for it. If you think you'll fail, you will. If you think you'll succeed, you will. So nearly all people are more risk averse. I've said this before, than they think they are. What's risk averse? Risk averse is a person tending to avoid as much as possible. You're that person. I'm tending to avoid everything. Okay. And I've learned risk averse. What that means is you're reluctant to take risk. A person tending to avoid risk as much as possible. So if I don't have to do much, I just go to my 9 to 5, get a check, go home. That's not, you think it's not a big risk. They could actually lay you off, but you don't think about that. Okay. It only happens when you think about building a business and building financial freedom. And so we are risk averse because we are obsessed with seeking security in an uncertain world. Life is unpredictable. You need to be a risk taker. I need you to understand the importance of taking a risk on yourself. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. Bam, Jerusha, give me some roses. Okay. I need you to be a risk taker. I was a risk taker to leave a major corporation, start a business offline, then another risk moving from offline to online. You have to take control of your life. Because I believe houses can burn down, the economy, political systems can collapse. We had that shutdown and many lives were affected during the pandemic. Most people lost their job, had to figure out something else. Life is unpredictable. because people can lose their partners, their jobs, their limbs, and even their lives. Life is unpredictable. You cannot guarantee your safety by ensconcing yourself in a protective bubble. What if I'm like, oh yeah, I don't do things like that? It's going to be tough, yes, but you're tougher. And the people that are afraid to take risk, and you're like, oh, I'm just protecting myself, okay? I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. You've already failed. You failed already when you're not taking a risk. And I just know Denzel Washington said it best. He said it best. Choose your words. Write that down. That's your homework. In the movie, I don't know, what's the movie? Oh, he said everybody prays for rain, right? If you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. Write that down. When you pray for rain, you have to deal with the mud too. All of us, we're praying to God all the time. God, rain on me. Yeah, I want a great life, a great house, the boats, the luxury cars, all the things. Yes, my business to flourish. I want all of these things. You want it to rain and pour down on you, but you don't want to deal with the mud. You don't want to deal with the challenges. You don't want to deal with the no thank you. You don't want to deal with the growth. You don't want to deal with the process. So I have to ask you, do you really want it? Like, how bad do you want it? So when you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. That's a part of it. And the one thing I've learned in choosing a word every single year, right? You want to make sure you're speaking to yourself with those words, whether you're recording yourself, listening to your own self with those words. Surround yourself with people that are, yes, impacting your life with great words. If you don't have somebody like that, find somebody like that. There's a lot of free people right here on social media that'll pour into you. Find the people that you need to be around. Get into the right rooms at the right table. Be the dumbest person in the room. That's me. I'm pretty smart in this area, but I want to be the dumbest person in the room so I can learn, because no one owes you anything, because you owe you, because I owe you doesn't exist. The world doesn't owe you a nice car. The world doesn't owe you, a good education. The world doesn't owe you joy. You owe you. And so every single day I have to speak words over myself to get my day started. And I just felt like somebody needed to know that words change lives. The statement, sticks and stones may break my bones, words will never hurt, is a lie. You are living with childhood trauma because of words. Somebody said you weren't attractive. You still think you're not attractive. Somebody said you're too dumb. You still think you're dumb. Somebody said you're not going to be successful in business, and you think you're not going to be successful in business. Like, words have power. So choose them wisely. If this was helpful to you, yes, thank you so much. If this was helpful to you, make sure you hashtag helpful, tag 2 people, share the broadcast, tag 2 people, share the broadcast. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you too. And so I am live every Tuesday at 1:30 with a quick lunch and learn every Tuesday. Mark your calendars. Make sure if you're on Facebook, if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification when Jerusha is live. If you're on TikTok, all you got to do is follow. Instagram, make sure you're following hashtag helpful. I know you have a business bestie that she didn't start that business because somebody said she couldn't. She needs to hear this today. Okay, she can change. And so make sure you tag her right now. Put helpful in the chat. And of course, if you want to be a part of this 90-day run, you want to walk 7,000 to 10,000 steps. You want to drink 1 liter of water and take 2 spoonfuls of this liquid collagen with me. Then all you got to do is put collagen, and I'll send you a freebie, a free guide so that we can get into it. I want us to be healthy and wealthy. I want you. Yes, I want to see you win this year because yes, ma'am, you deserve it. It's your time. We're 12 days in. You can change the trajectory of your life. 12 days in, you got this. Girl, I'm cheering for you. That's what pretty people do. I'm going to crown you, celebrate, collaborate, and we're going to make great connections. If you love this, do me a favor. Yes, make sure that you tag 2 people, share the broadcast. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. Thank you so much. Collagen. Yes, the 90-day run is in full effect. Choose your words. Okay, your word is trust. Okay, good. Atlanta, Georgia in the building. I can't believe it. Philly in the building. Can't believe it. Collagen. Okay, great. All right, I'll see you on Tuesday at 1:30.